This happened in the morning. I worked the night shift, so I had just gotten home from work at 8 a.m. I pulled in and parked in front of my house, walked out to close our chain link gate. I opened the front door to let our dog out, leaving the front door open like I normally do because our dog is running in and out excitedly. I quickly peek in on the puppy my daughter is puppy sitting for. It's in a crate in her room. My husband is at work and kids are at school. I walk back towards the front door and I'm playing with our dog in the open doorway. I jump when I hear a man yell, "Excuse me." I'm shocked to see a man standing at our front fence with his truck idling on the street. "Excuse me, I just found this dog over there." He gestures behind him vaguely. "Do you want to come look at it?" I don't want to just leave him there. Instantly, I feel scared and my gut is telling me not to get too close to this guy. I walked off our front porch and to the right where I can see him into this truck from a safe distance. I see a huge German Shepherd. I see there's a lot of dogs running around in this neighborhood. I don't know whose it is. He angrily cups behind his ear like he can't hear me, and I don't move any closer. I say you can check the house behind mine, pointing to where their backyard is. I think they have a German Shepherd. "What?" he yells while moving down my fence line to his right. "Which one?" I walk to the left of my porch and point again to the house. I say, "That one over there." I think they have two big dogs. He cups his ears again, like he can't hear me. He then says, "Can I leave you my number in case you talk to anyone?" I don't say anything and don't move any closer, which seems to piss him off even more. He stomps to his truck and opens the door, yelling at his dog to get back, and then takes off. I go inside and lock my door, then run to look out my back window to see if he stopped at the house. He didn't. I was shaken up, but chalked it up to me being tired and paranoid. I was able to get sleep about 45 minutes later than I normally do. Now that I've woken up and thought about it, I'm wondering if I should have called the police after it happened. He tried multiple times to try to get to me to come closer. He was very aggressive and angry. It's a truck I've never seen before, and we live on a dead-end street beside the alleyway across from us, where there's apartments and duplexes. If he was visiting someone who lived down there, why didn't he ask whoever that was about his huge German Shepherd at 8 in the morning? Fuck you, guy, for messing up my morning and being a total creep, then getting mad at me for not coming closer to you. I hope I never see you again. And I hope whoever's dog you have is okay too. This incident occurred about 11 years ago and involved 4 people. My sister, my cousin, her sister, Kate, and me. It was a half day at school, so we got out at around 11:30 and walked to a pizza place about 3 blocks from my house. I know a lot of parents these days wouldn't let their kids our age walk around town without supervision, but we lived in a pretty small, tight-knit community. Anyway, we left the pizza place. I noticed an older guy, maybe in his 50s or 60s, standing outside the door. I really only noticed him because he looked unkempt. He was stained, oversized with a white t-shirt and had baggy sweats. And we didn't have many homeless people around town back then. I didn't really give a second thought, and we stopped into the corner store for some candy and snacks. But then he was waiting outside that store too. I lingered a bit to let my younger sister and cousin walk ahead so I could keep an eye on them. Kate had the same suspicion I did, so we decided to test it. We deliberately stopped walking as he was crossing the street, and he stopped dead in his tracks, looking casually away when we turned to look at him. So this was one of those shit moments. We knew this guy was following us, but we didn't know what to do. We didn't want to walk home, especially since I only lived with my mom. We also didn't have cell phones. We walked down our block, and of course he followed, which was another shit moment. So we decided to separate, to knock on a couple of our neighbors' doors. One of our friends answered, but his parents weren't home, so he invited us into his backyard to play. While we were back there playing, this guy stood out front and just watched us, waiting. Finally, this kid who lived next door came by the backyard, and we went with him to tell his dad what was up. His dad came out to talk to the guy, who was standing in front of his house now. And their conversation went something like this. Kid's dad: "Hey, what are you doing here?" Guy: I live in this house," points to the dad's house. Kid's dad: No you don't. I own this house." Guy: Kid's dad: "Why don't you get out of here? I don't want to see you around here again, or I'll call the cops." The guy went on his way, and we finally went home to tell my mom what happened. I saw him a few weeks later at a local boardwalk concessions place. I don't remember if he saw me, but nothing happened. I'm not sure what his plan was. There were 4 of us, then 6 when we went into the backyard. Maybe he was waiting for one of us to separate from the group. Maybe he was just enjoying watching little kids. I honestly don't know if I want to know, and guy who followed us home, I hope we never meet again.